about Lagoon here, and I appreciate you guys for stopping in and checking out this video. Like the title said, today's video is going to be about cheap, cost-efficient guns. And luckily enough, I have three very cost-efficient guns of all three platforms, both handgun, carbine or assault rifle, and shotgun, that I'm going to be showing you guys today. Not only is a video about the cost-efficient guns, but it's about cost-efficient accessories that you can find on, for the eBay and Amazon shoppers. You can find some of these on there. And for the guys who go in the store looking for the best deals, a couple of these attachments you can find in the store as well. Like I said, I have my high point 9mm carbine. Pretty good gun, pretty affordable, between $250 and $400 normally, $430 at the highest, I believe. With tax applicable, $8 for every $100 that you spend on it. Real good gun. Had it for about 4 months now, and been putting it through a lot of abuse, putting it through a lot of different tests, and putting new attachments on there, new custom paint job, things like that have all actually been pretty cost efficient. And I also have my SCCY or Sky CPX2 9mm here with me as well. Nice subcompact handgun, got a lot of bark to it, and no safety features, but I'll tell you more about all that later. And the price of that, I've seen them as low as $175 at gun shows, but the normal price, if you were to order online or go into a store, you're looking at about $280 to $300 for that gun. Really cost efficient for a subcompact, easy to conceal handgun that you can send a lot of rounds down range with. Not necessarily something you want to constantly send rounds down range with, but something that's good enough for self-protection. You take care of your guns will take care of you. Also, I have a Mossberg 500 here. Average price between on Mossberg 500s goes between $250 to $400, $400, $430, somewhere around there, depending on if it's new or used, magazine capacity, paint jobs, custom things that came on it, so on and so forth like that. I haven't seen it really higher than about $430, $450. But for the most part, they stay right around $250 to $300, $350. And of course with tax applicable. So we're going to be talking about these guns, the three that I have here today, as well as talking about some of the accessories I have on them and what these accessories cost and how they've held up. All right, so here we go. All right, so as promised, like I told you, I have my my high point 9mm carbine here, as well as my Mossberg 500 with the attachments and things that I bought 4 years ago that I'm really getting ready to modify out of, as well as my SCCY or Sky CPX2 subcompact 9mm handgun. I'm going to talk to you guys about the accessories and things I have on them, and how decent of guns these really are. All right, let's get started. I think I'm gonna start out with the Sky CPX2 9mm handgun. First of all, on here, right about where's the camera? Right there. Here on the front, this is not something that comes on the handgun. This is actually the laser, red dot laser sight or red dot laser that I purchased aftermarket, made by Laser Light. They average about 80 or 90 bucks, but I caught it on sale on eBay for about 100 bucks. Pretty good deal. No, well, not 100. I'm sorry, 74 bucks is what I paid for it. Pretty good deal on it, but I haven't been completely happy with this attachment. First of all, like I said, this is a 3.1-inch barrel, a lot of recoil, a lot of beat up that goes on when you fire this weapon. That you constantly have to maintain. Okay, so with this laser, what ended up happening was constant adjustments having to be made for the laser to be on sight, and it's not a good laser for daylight firing. For well-lit areas, this laser is not going to work extremely well because it does disappear in the light. So Laser Light, great product, but just not. It's not to the capacity it needs to be to perform for what people kind of expect for their money. I mean, it's 74 bucks I paid, but it's about 80 to 90, maybe 100, 120 actually I've seen for these laser kits for the SCCY or Sky CPX2 handguns. If you want to get a gun, this handgun, a nickname, we can call it the Soldier Boy. I don't know if y'all remember, but Soldier Boy was waving around one with a purple lower receiver on it in one of his videos, which is why he got jammed up on that. But anyhow, yeah, these things are pretty affordable. They come in multiple colors: burgundy, olive drab, tan, coyote, black, dark brown, teal, purple. They come in a lot of different colors for the lower receiver, as well as an aluminum slide, aluminum steel coated or steel slide, stainless steel slide, or the black upper slide like I have on mine. I just bought the standard basic. I actually paid about $230 for mine, $240 out of a pawn shop. There's nothing wrong with getting secondhand guns. The only thing I don't recommend about getting secondhand guns is not knowing how many owners have had it before or how many rounds have been sent down range. That's the only downfall of buying a gun from a secondhand firearm from like a pawn shop where an owner may have already pawned it, or may have already been firing it quite a bit. Some of the problems I've run into with this handgun have been right back here. Now, before I tell you about the problems I've run into with the handgun, let me go ahead and give big ups to Sky, because they actually, I emailed them about the problem I was having, and they emailed me back almost immediately with the package label, everything, a letter explaining what I needed to do to send it back. Haven't sent it back yet. Waiting on the right price for the firearm I'm looking for specifically, which I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But the problem I've ran into, for one, is my feeding tray, my ejection tray here, or my ejection lip. What's happening sometimes is, even though I may clean it, have it lubricated, sometimes I think because of the compact design, I think that the ejection lip here has gotten worn down a bit to where it's not actually doing its job on every round. It's not slinging every round out of there, ejecting every round out of there like it should be. That's the first thing I started running into with this. And you also have to be very careful about what ammo you're going to be firing from this weapon. Plus P ammo is not good for this weapon because if I'm not mistaken, the chamber, which is, an integral part of the barrel, but the chamber is not chambered for plus P ammunition, nor is it chambered for certain, just plus P ammunition. Some of the ammo I have problems with jamming would be tool ammo. I fired quite a bit out of it, and American Eagle. I fired quite a bit of American Eagle out of it, and neither one of those ammunitions feed well with this handgun. The next thing I ran into was actually, let me see if I can get it close enough for you to see it, but right along the rear side here, where my trigger housing pin is, I actually have a crack in the lower polymer portion of the handgun. This is what I emailed them about, as well as the ejection lip. Like I said, they emailed me back pretty quickly, and I just got to send it off as soon as I get me another handgun, because I don't know how long it's what the turnaround rate is gonna be for either repairs or replacement. So this has got to be worked on. The ejection lip has got to be worked on because it's not ejecting the rounds as well as it should be, I guess. And I believe that has a lot to do with the subcompact form of this gun. There's a lot of power happening in a very small space. A lot of boom going on in a very small space. This is a 9mm handgun, 3.1-inch barrel, nice, compact. I can hide it behind my hands. And pretty good gun. I actually redid my sights myself with red and gold. But yeah, so the laser felt like it was a good investment at first, but after so much boom, 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 boom going on with it, the laser sight comes off of focus or off of center. It comes zeroed, and it's just not as good as I thought it was going to be. It comes on zero. It doesn't show well in highlight situations, so daylight and bright rooms. the laser's not going to show as well. Which, you know, you shouldn't have to rely on the laser for accuracy, but if you're going to put something like this on your handgun, you do want it to at least show and be accurate. And stay accurate no matter how much you fire it. So that's my Sky CPX2 9mm. Really good gun. I don't know how many rounds have been chambered through it or fired out of it before I purchased it, but I know I put about 4,000 rounds through it and got a crack in the polymer, and my ejection lip isn't feeding as well as it used to be, as it used to do. It's also a 10 round capacity, 10+1, 10 round double stack magazine for it, +1 in the chamber. That's a high capacity for a small handgun like this with the size of round that it fires. It's a 9mm, 10+1 is relatively large for a compact 9mm like this. That's 11 rounds. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next gun, which you guys are probably the most interested in hearing about, is the 9mm, the Hi-Point 9mm carbine. The original model is all black. This is a paint job I put on it myself. You see I have my RBG flag on the stock, and a kind of a Cryptek paint job on there, which has actually been kind of chipping away. I could have done a little bit better with my paint job there, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strip it all down and try a different technique. I'm probably gonna hydro dip next. But I do have a lot of aftermarket parts on there. I still have my my stock I'm having terminology brain farts right now, but the what is it? Damn it! The bolt carrier or the bolt handle. That's still stock. I haven't changed that yet. I did this. This was the 995 TS, which came with the foldable foregrip on it. I got rid of the foldable foregrip on there, and I just put a 45-degree cant foregrip on there. I took the stock sights off, and I put a rear flip sight on there. And I'm going to tell you about that in a second. I also I got aftermarket magazines, 20 round capacities. The original magazine is only 10 round capacity, but I did get the Red Ball 20 round capacities, and so far they've worked really well. And if I'm not mistaken, I've been told these do not obsolete the warranty. I'm going to do a little bit more research on that, so don't take my word for it till I get all the research done, and I'll let you guys know in the next video, which will be me actually firing this again. But I have the Red Ball 20 round cap, got 3 of those for it. Really fun gun to shoot. Okay, let's continue with the attachments I put on it. I also have, who made this? CCOP bipods on the front side here. They are adjustable, they do fold up, and they do, these are the 6-inch. These are the 6-inch bipods there. They do fold up like so, and they are adjustable. From that 4-inch to the 6-inch adjustment. I also have a ultra fire light on the front end here. It has 4 different settings. You got bright, a little bit dim, rapid, and SOS. It has 4 settings on there. I think I paid like 12 bucks for that on eBay. Really good flashlight, rechargeable batteries. Got the battery charger from the gun show I went to recently, so I can recharge my batteries, and I'm going to be purchasing more batteries for it. And I also have aftermarket muzzle brake on the front end here. I don't know if you guys, how well you can see that, but I have an aftermarket muzzle brake on the fore end there. It looks really nice. Had to do a little cold weld work on it myself, because when I first purchased it and put it on, I put it on too tight and it cracked. And I also have a GoPro mount here. I have a GoPro mount here that I put on there as well. So those are all the attachments that I purchased. Oh no, those are not all the attachments that I purchased for this rifle, for this carbine. I also purchased a NC Star. This is an NC Star red dot holographic red dot sight. About 20 bucks. It's not on the weapon right now, and it's not on the weapon right now for a reason. I'm gonna get into that. So let me start talking to you about all of the, first of all, let's talk about the weapon itself. First of all, it's a very fun gun, very fun to shoot. Nice size, a little bit more bulky than most people would like, but it is fun, it is accurate. Like I said, I took the original stock sights off, which those are going to be going back on, and this is where I'm going to start talking about the accessories and why I'm putting the stock sights back on. First of all, the Picatinny rail on this firearm does not go from rear to muzzle. It stops about halfway up the body of the firearm, and so I could not. The flip sights, the rear sights I bought actually came with a front sight tip as well, flip leaf sight for the front sight tip as well, and that just hasn't worked out very good for me because I'm still using the stock front sight on the front. Now, my first time going and shooting it with all the attachments on was last week. Finally found a time to go. Went out to the range and I had hell. First of all, I had hell with this sight, with this holographic red dot sight. This thing is, I mean, it's a 20-buck sight. What do you expect? You can't expect to get too much bang for your buck, but you want to beat up on it to see what kind of issues it can withstand. So I put quite a few rounds down range, and it seemed like the more I shot, the more the sights came offsetting, and they were very hard to walk on to sight because the adjustment wheel in the rear for elevation and defilade they continually just came offsetting, and the cap to it came off. The screw is just wobbling around in there, and it wasn't making the adjustments up and down anymore. As far as left and right, I could get it centered left and right, which is here. I got it centered with no problem. It was just my elevation and defilade to lock it on sight and have me shooting center mass every time. I just couldn't get there. I don't know what the issue was with it besides it being a cheap sight that you can get on eBay for like 20 bucks. Again, that's the NC Star. I don't suggest buying this. And another thing is, the more you fire, it rattles around, it moves around. It's not a very solid, stable sight. I've even considered making some adjustments to it, maybe putting some electrical tape there to help hold things in place, but then that's going to throw my sighting way off. And as well as the brackets for the Picatinny rail, they're not very good brackets. There's a nut on one side, on the opposite side, and it's a Phillips head Titan, but the nut on the other side tends to come off. I'm missing one right now. That actually started to come off as I was firing. So the NC Star sight, no good. So as I left I took the NC Star sight off at the range, and I went to my my flip sights I purchased for the rear end, and was still off. Now, although I do have a left and right adjustment with this, I do not have an up and down adjustment, so I could not adjust based on the front sight tip. And for me to change the front sight tip, I'd have to remove the muzzle brake as well. So I didn't want to do all that at the range, so I just continued to beat up on the gun up close and just send as many rounds through it as I could, as fast as I could, as slow as I could, and just put some abuse on it and see how the gun is going to react. And the gun's performance actually got better. The gun's performance as I shot got better. The more rounds I put through this gun, it has gotten better and better and better and better. At one point, when I first purchased it, and the first few times I shot it, I was having issues with trigger delay. Every time I'd squeeze off about 10 rounds and then click, click, click. This is me squeezing the trigger, click, click, and I still got 10 rounds in the mag, and it's going click, click. And then after about five clicks, like, boom, 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 click, click, boom. It was a delayed trigger response or delayed trigger resetting. I don't know how you exactly word that, but that's the one thing I didn't like about it at first. But the more I fired it, the better it got. The more I fired it, the better it got. The muzzle brake is awesome. No complaints there. I'm going to be taking it off to make the adjustment on the front sight. The stock front sight, and trying to shoot it again with the leaf sight. And if I can't get it locked on that way, I'm going to readjust the front sight back to its original position and put the stock sights back on it, and then later on make a better investment in a holographic red sight. Probably get me an EOTech. Those things are expensive, but I see now I'm gonna have to go bang for buck on anything I want to put on my guns if I can't just make those quick adjustments and get the difference I need. But there should be, just so you guys know, if you think this is just big, bulky, and ugly, there should be a Bullpup Kit coming out for this here soon. So you guys stay on the lookout for that. I forgot the name of the company that's got the Bullpup Kit coming out for this. But if you want something a little bit more compact, you want this affordable gun, you want to put an affordable kit on it that's gonna make it look a little bit more futuristic, a little bit more flashy. I know a lot of people buy guns and they do things to them because of the way they want them to look. So if you want to do something like that, then the Bullpup Kit might be for you. I think I'm gonna run the Bullpup Kit on this one when it comes out, probably just for a little while, not for the entire. Probably end up taking it out of the Bullpup Kit, putting it back in the stock and receiver set. Overall, good gun, fun to shoot, lots of fun to shoot. You can find plenty of attachments for it. You can actually even find on eBay the Picatinny rail that goes from rear to muzzle brake, so that you can put your flip up and down, flip leaf, front, rear sights and front sight on the firearm itself. And it's just a few hex nut pieces to take out so that you can put that new Picatinny rail in place on the stock body. All right, now we're gonna move on to the Mossberg 500. Now this gun I've had longer than these other two. This Mossberg 500 I actually purchased from a friend of mine about, I want to say about 7 years ago now, 6-7 years ago now, and it's a solid shotgun. I mean, it's a really solid shotgun. When I purchased it from him, it already had this stock, this fold stock and pistol grip on it, with the foregrip on the pump. And so far, for this to be a 30-year-old shotgun, this is something that was given to him by a grandparent. For this to be a 30-year-old shotgun, it has held up great. Having minor issues with it now that may be just about, I've already priced the parts. It's going to be about it's about $100 fix to get a new trigger. During disassembly, somehow the arms that lock the trigger into place in the upper position, lock the trigger housing into place in the upper position, somehow came off and they're now a little loose. I don't know if you can see that moving or not, but those arms that hold it in place came off. They snapped off. Just a long time to use, a lot of wear and tear, lots of rounds sent down range through this shotgun, and also my the pump lock. The magazine or the pump lock here, yeah, it works, but it's not working because without firing the next round, I can still chamber the next round through the magazine tube on the shotgun. So those are just two parts I gotta get replaced. Everything else is still in pristine, great condition. Mossberg 500 goes about, like I said, 250 to 350, sometimes as high as 450, depending on the magazine tube capacity and other things like that. But this is a great gun. I love it. I have fun with it. And it's actually gonna look a lot different here soon. I'm gonna be running the Venom magazine kit on here instead of having a magazine tube. I'm going to actually have a drum on here with the adaptive tactical Venom magazine kit that you can put on Mossberg 500s, 590s, Mavericks. They have the kits for all that fit all those shotguns. So that's coming next with this shotgun. I'm gonna be getting rid of the heat guard and replacing it with a Picatinny rail. Gonna be putting new front sights on here. Gonna put a nice red dot on here, and that magazine kit. And I'm not gonna go with a stock anymore. This is a foldable stock. You press a button, it flips over like so. I don't want a stock anymore because I want to be able to sheath this thing. So when I get that Venom kit, I'm gonna be able to sheath this thing on my back, and I don't want a foregrip anymore. Unless, which the adaptive tactical Venom kit, it actually has a foregrip that you can screw in and out of it. You can do it to the side, on either side of the foregrip, or you can do it on the bottom side of the pump slide so and have it in the same position as this foregrip here. But I don't want to run with a stock anymore. I'm going to run with a simple pistol grip with the Venom kit on the front and keep it nice and simple. I don't want to overdo it, and I don't really need a stock because when I use a shotgun, it's not for accuracy. It's going to be for breaching, and of course I want to be somewhat accurate, but I'm not looking to make long range shots with this. So, in close quarters, I don't need to necessarily have a stock between me and the firearm itself. That's just my personal choice. Some people prefer to have the stock on there. I'm not one that's going to continue to run the stock. But this heat guard is probably about 20 bucks. And this kit, this folding stock pistol grip and pistol grip foregrip, whatever you want to call it, foregrip kit, are still in stores right now for about 100, 120 bucks. Really affordable. Nothing against it. Nothing bad to say about it. It's a really nice kit. I like it. I've enjoyed it since it's been on there. But I'm ready to do a different look on the shotgun. So I talked to you about the accessories and the firearms that I have here, which is the Hi-Point 9mm 995 TS, the Sky CPX2 9mm subcompact handgun, and the Mossberg 500 with tactical foregrip, pistol grip, and folding stock. So I'm glad you guys stopped in and grooved with me real quick on some cool accessories, affordable accessories. And by the way, all the accessories I got on the Hi-Point were from eBay. The laser for the Sky CPX2 9mm handgun, I got that off of eBay, 74 bucks. Laser Light's the only company that makes them for them. And this stock kit here on the shotgun with the heat guard, you can find in the gun stores, relatively cheap and affordable. These are all pretty good parts and really good guns, actually. This shotgun's taken a lot of abuse and a lot of rounds down range, and this handgun here has taken 5,000 on my end, at least 5,000 rounds just on my end before, you know, that's not including however many rounds the previous owner put down range with it. Got that one from a pawn shop. I did get my Hi-Point from a gun store. Pawn shops don't really carry them, and when they do, they go. People really love this gun. I love this gun. It's been fun, and I'm gonna keep shooting. So, like I said, 3 really affordable guns, all 3 platforms. Great for home defense, everyday carry. You know, this Mossberg 500, depending on your situation, the layer of your land, being the floor plan of your house, this Mossberg 500 would be perfect for you for home defense. Bird shot, hell, you can get rock salt loads, whatever kind of loads you want to put in your shelves. You can find those good home defense rounds for this boy, and it's a great home defense weapon. This is a great everyday carry weapon, easily concealable. It's not bulky, it's not bulgy. The manufacturer actually makes great concealable holsters for them, and you can find a lot of great aftermarket holsters for them as well. And the Hi-Point, just an all-around fun gun to shoot. Still haven't taken it and shot, you know, 200 yards or greater. That video will be coming soon. But overall, great gun to shoot. Got to get it zeroed in on 35-yard range first, then 100-yard range, and then when I take it out to do 200 yards, that'll be the video you guys see. But great guns. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.